Okay folks, welcome back for another video for you on another weed trimmer. This is one that I bought over a year ago. This is the Troy Bilt 4-cycle 30cc TB685-EC. About this model, this was last year's model. This is basically the same model that they're going to be running next year, as well as the year subsequently. It has a ball primer, a gas tank, an on and off switch, throttle. But one thing that's lacking on this one, unlike the older 4-cycle Troy Bilts, it had a choke on the older ones, which is lacking on this one, and I've had a few issues with this one, using it for a year. On the back of the pull start, come to find out, the pull start on these Mtd models have these little grabbers on the back of the throttle plate, where you pull start it, and the springs will come loose, and you'll have to replace the plate over a year. So that is one bad issue about this one. So I'm going to give this one a low ranking. I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5. I'm not going to recommend it because you will have to buy a quick starter, like electrical quick starter, or a quick starter for your drill bit to start this thing, because the pull starts will go out in it over a year. So that's one problem that I've had with this, and that goes for a lot of Mtd models as well. That goes for the Cub gadgets, and a lot of the craftsmen quick starts will do the same thing. And I've had issue with oil leakage in this, so you're going to have to keep up with the oil on this every once in a while and keep it checked. Now the head on this is a bump and feed head. It has two holes right here, eye guides. You put 2 pieces of line in each side, and then you twist the line back into it. It's an okay head, but I found a few issues with the head as well. Is these little eye guides, the glue will come undone, and you have to keep an eye on these, because if you lose them, the line won't feed correctly when you twist it. So that's another downside about this model. It is an attachment model. You could put attachments on it, like a blower or a trimmer, hedge trimmer, stuff like that. Like I said, it's a 30cc motor, so it's kind of heavy. It weighs about 10-11 pounds. I don't recommend it because it's just, I've had nothing but issues with it. So you might have to get a quick starter for this as well down the road. If the grabber plate goes out on this, which mine has done, but we're going to start it up. The way you start it up is the pull start has wore out really bad already. It's an okay motor on it. The motor's alright, but the pull start will fail on you. And that's another main reason, maybe Troy Bilt, if you're watching this, you may want to put a choke on this and put a better pull starting mechanism on this, because I'm not recommending this. This thing's a piece of shit. Just saying. We're going to start it. You have to prime it 10 times, pull start it a few times. As you can hear it, it's not starting very well, and it's not grabbing the engine. Okay, oh, well, it's got it started. As you can hear it, it's not grabbing the engine. You may not be able to get it started. There you go. trimming around the fence. Okay, folks, that has been the 30cc 2 horsepower 4-cycle Troy Bilt weed trimmer. It does a decent job, but on thicker stuff like that really high grass that I tested it on first, we'll bog this thing down, because you see the head right here. The head has an exposure right here where the head will suck everything in there, and you have to stop and pull everything out. Where you're going to come into problem having to start this thing and then stop it, and then having to rethread line in it and then starting it again is where you're going to come into problems with this. So keep that in mind when you're buying one of these turds, that when this little pull start goes out, the little grabbers go out on this, you're going to need an electric starter for this thing. It is a must. If you do not have an electric starter with this thing, you're going to have nothing but problems down the road. And it's like an $80 fix to fix that grabber plate on the back of the engine. So, you know, you might as well just buy a husqvarna over something like this. But it's okay, I guess, for short-term use. But I've looked on a lot of forums. These things go out in about a year or two. This thing does leak oil like a bitch, so you have to store it when you store it in your garage, laying on the ground, because if you don't store it laying on the ground and you hang it upside down, it's going to leak oil everywhere. Well, folks, I hope you like the year-end review on the Troy Bilt 4-cycle TB685-EC 4-cycle weed trimmer. I don't recommend it. If you're going to buy it, at least buy the quick start drill bit attachment or the quick starter itself. Well, folks, this has been another review on a product for you. This has been your old pal Hondo from Hillbilly Tactical. You know what you can do. You put God first, he puts you first every time, and you know well, choo-choo, God loves you, so does Hondo. Peace.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me, even if it's